Friday, May 31st. We're at Conchas, taking the weekend off from the building. This is our toy of choice. It's a 2008 Rinker 226 that I bought in Kentucky at an auction about 5 years ago. So it had an engine fire, and turns out the freeze plug had froze and broke out, and water was coming in the boat. And so when it was doing that, the bellows, the engine bellows, the rubber boots on the exhaust manifolds melted because there wasn't any water going in the engine. Didn't overheat it, didn't hurt it at all, but it just had a massive water leak. It's hard to look at the inside, but anyway. So they're supposed to pour concrete today, but I haven't heard from them, so I'm assuming they're not. But trying to forget about that and get out here and recharge our batteries. So supposed to be in the mid 80s and 10 to 20 wind, but oh man, it's well, it's 9:30 in the morning, but there ain't even hardly a breeze. It's awesome right now. We'll walk down here. There's a little rat, Maddie Daly. All right. So yeah, we're heading out. We're gonna go up north, drop anchor. We got a few friends here. Gonna tie up with them and hang out. Hey guys, it's Wednesday, June 12th. So the cars have been sitting in the trailer for a couple weeks. We're getting ready to race next weekend, not this weekend, but next, the 21st and 22nd of June. So figured I better get after it. Skylar's got some obligations, so I'm gonna, normally she works on it. I'm gonna pull her end out. So I told you guys in that other video, this was a 456 ratio. Let's see. So the old one we had in here is over there. It's a 410. So, as I was telling you before, I don't know. I'm going to just put it in and try it. I think the bigger motor is going to like it, and I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference as it did on the little motor. But we had put the 456 in to go to Dallas, and we wanted to try a different gear, so we left it in. It seemed great. But the way that the swing arm is set up in the Shark is the third member hits this bracket, and all that's welded on. Let me see if I can get another view of it. That's all welded on. It's part of the swing arm. So you can't just pull the third member out. It hits all this, and that's all welded. It's all the swing arm. So what I did last time, Skylar actually pulled the rear end out last time. There's 4 bolts on here, upper and lower. And we just pulled the housing off and set it up right and pulled the gears out, axles out and gears out, and then put the new set in, or the new pumpkin in. So, I don't know if I showed, but this car has dual calipers on it. For an older car, that's kind of a cool thing. That's something that's on newer stuff nowadays. But so let me get the rear end apart. I pulled the dry shaft out, and I kind of misspoke a little bit because I was saying it knocked out that plug that went in the back of the yoke and it puked all the oil out. Well, it did, but the chassis could not move far enough to shove that dry shaft in to knock that plug out. It was just so violent when the gears broke that that butt plug, or whatever you want to call it, in the back of that tranny yoke, it has a snap ring, and it just came out. Also on this side, driver's side, it was so violent that that's where the weights were stuck, and then they were also duct taped on to the bead locks, or to the rims. And when I got it out of the trailer last night, the weights just fell off. They're right here. They were taped on, but that was so violent it just all came apart. So hopefully there's no issues in the tranny. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a pan, not tonight, but soon, just to make sure nothing's broken there. I think it's okay. And we already ran the engine when we got back in the pits. It sounded fine, even though it got up on the rev limiter, which is 7,800. But so this is kind of what it looks like without some of the rear covers on it, or at least that plate covering the shock and the tranny cooler. So we'll get this thing out and take a look at it. Okay, didn't take long. Here's the rear end. Alright, let's get the gears out and take a look. Okay, so there's the inside of the housing. You can kind of see the gears. Looks like it took everything off the pinion. Probably can't see it in there, but yeah, it's broke. So sheared the gears off the pinion, looks like, and then the stuff just got caught in the ring gear, but at least the housing and all that's okay. That's a expensive aluminum strange deal, and the spool's good, so nothing's bent. Looks good. So all right. Also, I wanted to show you that the axles are gun drilled. Lighten them up a little bit. All right. Morning, everybody. Look at here. What a surprise. And I say surprise because I came out Wednesday after work just to see. I didn't think they had poured, and boy was I surprised. They got it poured, they got the forms off, they saw cut the concrete already, they backfilled it. Man, what an awesome surprise. So I still haven't figured out, I still haven't asked them yet how much concrete. There was supposed to be 60 yards in the beginning, just in the estimate. I don't know where we ended up with the lift. I don't know if that was more. So let's start plumbing stuff. This box is for the shower. So, and then the toilet's over here, it's wrapped. Alright, and they left it, they didn't backfill my drain or my water line, so that's we might not even have to dig that up when we hook it up. So it's gonna be a little bit on that. Not this year, it's gonna be next year. So just kind of walking around, taking a look at it. It's got that little lip on there, so that R panel will fit down inside that lip and be flush with this, this part here. It's got that 1.5 inch deal. And they got a little thing here for the garage door, the bay doors. These doors are 12 feet wide, 14 feet high and 12 feet wide. And then this is our main beam, this one. And then this is that wind bent that I was telling you about, that supposedly is going to hold it all together in the wind out here, so keep it from moving around. Pretty awesome. And this is the other bay door with the anchor bolts. So next step is for me to bring the building out. And what's today, Friday? They want to let it sit about a week, so they want me to bring the building out like next Friday. So I'm assuming they're going to start on it next Monday. Man, this sucker's going to be up here probably I would say by the end of July we're done, maybe even sooner. Anyway, that's where it's at. Thanks for watching. Quick update on the dragster too. So I got the rear end housing cleaned and got the gears in it. Of course they're a used set, but they're fine. Got the gears in it, got it put back in the car, just got to put the axles and brakes on it. Still waiting for that plug that, you can't see it anyway, I don't think. That plug for the back of the tranny yoke. The sun's shining on it too much, I think. Anyway, it's coming next week. There's a plug, a snap ring, and an O-ring that go in there. Let me get out of the sun there for a second. So I pulled the tranny pan down and there's nothing in there. I just had this fear that the gear set was broke, when they break, they'll, you know, the gears will be down in the pan, and there was nothing in the pan. It looked good, so got the pan back on it. So I just need to change oil, put some tranny oil in it, and finish up the rear end, and we'll be on the track next Friday. So, also one other thing, probably can't see. Let me pull these out. These are the weights that were in the wheel with the duct tape on the driver's side. It was so violent that it got, I don't know how they came loose, because they were duct taped in, the wheel weights, but there's no weights on the driver's side tire. The other side's okay. So not only did it knock that plug out of the yoke, and I misspoke on that a little bit. I thought that the dry shaft went forward enough to knock that plug out, and it can't. It physically can't. So it was just due to the the pound when it broke. It was just violent, and it knocked the weights off that wheel, and it knocked the plug out of the back of the tranny yoke. I think it was coming loose anyway, because it was starting to have a little seep back there. So we'll get that fixed too now. So that's what's going on. Thanks for watching.